Yeah, grew up alone on the coast, yeah. Had a few friends that were close, yeah. We would cruise to Newport for the show, yeah. Long tan legs, oh you know it. Growing up in Cali really ain't a bad deal. The girls look fine and about half a real. I got my mind set on mine, she a bad chick. I wanna see if I could get her on a mattress. Said she's almost done taking all her classes, but she really doesn't care if she passes, cause she wants to go to LA, be an actress. I said that sounds about right, she needs practice. Hey, I'm just here for a good time. Had me a margarita with a little lime, and the sun's out feeling like it's summertime. Keep sipping while I listen to some Sublime. She's looking so fine, I think she's got what I need. I'm wasting no time, want her to come into me. Should be a damn crime, most guys would need to retreat. And in the nighttime, I wanna feel that body. Let's go, the West Coast is the place to be. With a little bit of honey you attract the beats. It's the best damn thing that you've ever seen. Just trust me, take a ride down to Huntington Beach. Yeah, I'm feeling good with the drink in my hand. I lay out, man, working on a nice tan. Gotta compete with these ladies, damn. A quick scan of the sand and you'll understand. If you like it during the day, just wait till night. You hit the bars and the ladies looking out of sight. Bright lights, jeans so tight, it feels so right. Cost $20 just for a goose and Sprite, but that's alright, cause now we out living the life. Out in Cali there's a couple thousand Mrs. Rights. Another day in the life of the sleepless nights. If you ain't never been, you gotta book a flight. She's looking so fine, I think she's got what I need. I'm wasting no time, want her to come into me. Should be a damn crime, most guys would need to retreat. And in the nighttime, I wanna feel that body.
All I'm gonna say, best of luck, everyone. Black, bold, and bodacious, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, whoa! That's Jocko! What the fuck? Team captain, the ball hammer connected! Oh! 1, 2, 3, 5. Poke got pinned on his birthday. Everybody's one of it, champ. Oh, Dino! Oh, the briefcase! Merry Christmas! Divine intervention! She's not won a championship in a long time, but that is the perfect way to get a championship after a long time. That bold egghead gore, I was never in doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Earns her second championship. A former tag team championship. K. The Reverend wants Poke. Ace in the chamber. Oh, okay, reverses. Okay, reverses. Big clothesline. Looks to close it. Oh, he closes him in. Make him say, well, we set up for the finisher after this, surely. Ladies and gentlemen, and new. Big D, Venatos, and Fitzy Finger. I can't wait for the dumpster match. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Number one wrestling show in sports entertainment. Oh my god. Oh my god. Norm! He's hulking up, ladies and gentlemen. What's Bobby doing on Warzone and chokeslam to Eden? Romani got pinned! Romani got pinned! The greatest intercontinental champion. All he needs to do is close it! Drew has buried the pop of comb, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Spigo eliminated himself. Spigo just eliminated himself. Oh my god, it's Tony Stone! It's Tony Stone! The wise man! Go to sleep on Drew! Brian Curtis is taking it, ladies and gentlemen. There was a back up that Zeke. Daniel is sucking. Oh, what is this fuck doing here? Romanic's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Romanic is the new. He's elevated. He's back from sleep. Oh, and he's here. Or will he pick RK, Queen of the Ring? Well, I've always been a fan of Key. I've always been a fan of Key. Spins it round for the first FaceTime of the show. It's King Daniel. Seconds after he won, all three stables have held the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, Ministry versus Ministry. Dragon Romanic inside Hell in a Cell. That's what we love. Fury wins again. 3, 2, 1. It's this fucking Claymore. Ladies and gentlemen. Hit a blade in the ring. Get on Claymore to Ron. What did Ron do, ladies and gentlemen? I have a vagina. Dumb bitch. Oh, Zeke being bent over. One kid. What the fuck? We will catch you in season number 4 for the final time. Until then, this is who we are. Ladies and gentlemen of the Regentskid YouTube channel, today is a KR day here on WOAH Warzone. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? What a show we have planned here today. Love the hair. Listen, Hope Eternal told me before the show there may be a funeral post WOAH Warzone. No, I'm not talking about Lilith Lanza, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about Twisted Hero. I had to get ready. We had to get nice and clean, nice and professional, ladies and gentlemen, because we may see a murder here today. Thank you for the nice comments, ladies. And feeling fresh. Had to slick it back. Hope said dress smart. I don't really have too many smart after the divorce. My wife, ex-wife, she sort of took most of the... But there's going to be a big match today, ladies and gentlemen. I could focus on the hair at least. I could get ready. We could look smart and be prepared. Of course, I've still not seen my twin brother RK since Rise last week, ladies and gentlemen. Since that finale of the Gauntlet against Brian Damage. I've still not seen him. Now, there's been a lot of talking, of course. He gave a Twisted Hero a chance. He said, you have a chance to back out. You have a chance to leave. You have a chance to walk away. Twisted Hero did not heed to that chance, ladies and gentlemen. So, gonna be interesting. RK's been taken care of really well by us. Again, I take your word for it. I take your word for it, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing we have of Lilith Lanza these days, the Ministry Pen, ladies and gentlemen. The Ministry pen is here. Ring the Belfast Handsome Divorce Bros, living our best life. I'm sorry, 30 months. That can't be right, can it? 30. Is that the first ever 30 months I've seen? Oh my goodness gracious me, that can't be right. 30, Norm. Twisted as an idiot, the light will not forgive him. My God, I look good, dude. Wow. Wow. I'm ready, ladies and gentlemen. Not only are we seeing RK versus Twisted Hero, not only is Norm a 30-month member, not only is Kaiser with a 153, ladies and gentlemen, there is also the main event to come here today. The face of WOAH Warzone, the RPW prestigious champion, ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the Final Testament, Hope Eternal, is defending her amazingly beautiful, prestigious championship here today on WOAH Warzone. There's 2 Universal Tournament qualifiers. I'm assuming the 2 winners of this will face each other next week. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday, RPW Breakthrough. April 27th, the first pay-per-view of season number 4. I cannot wait. It's going to be a show and a half. It really, really is. Welcoming everyone to today's show. Of course, first things first, we spin the wheel. Will Crystal Crimson be defending here today? Is the question. Oh, it's just going to edge into yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just going to edge into yes. Another randomizer. There is a wheel noise. Okay, another randomizer. Championship match for your eyeballs here today. How many superstars are involved? We are getting another, just like last week, 6-man battle royale, ladies and gentlemen. The first pay-per-view is called Breakthrough. You're breaking through into the new season, which is why it's the first pay-per-view. We have Crystal Crimson, 30 months. Will, give me a shot. We have Crystal Crimson, 30 months. I can't believe it. I really, really can't. The Bear is involved of Empire of Pain, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard there was a dark match last week after Warzone, which was, oh, Tressa Lamb, Liberty Champion. It was the Bear, Brandon Bombs, and Leo, 3 members of Empire of Pain. I've heard that's going to the RPW network soon, which I'm very, very excited for, ladies and gentlemen, because it was an absolute amazing triple threat matchup. Kaiju Jaeger needs a chance. I'm keeping my fingers up so I know how many superstars we have. Eddie Jones Jr., ladies and gentlemen, of course, no longer with us. We're going to hide choice. Get rid of him. He's gone, ladies and gentlemen. He couldn't hack RPW. Eddie Jones is no more. So we are going on with 3. Novak says, I need a belt. Randomizer is a great place to get involved. A great place to get involved. Heart, we have 2 champions in this. 3, including Crystal. Intercontinental champion. Heart over height, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't held a strap in 2 years. See, that's crazy. That is absolutely barbarically crazy. It really, really is. We also have Xander Evans, a former... No, he's also a champion. Goodness gracious me. Last but not least, this is a championship battle royale, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've counted correctly, at least. Last but not least, former Intercontinental champion, I believe still winless in RPW, is Nico of the Bullet Club. Double check the numbers. I'm pretty sure I counted correctly, though. If we double check those, I'm fairly certain. Crystal, Bear, Tressa, Hart, Xander, Nico. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fun to be had here on the pre-show. That is for sure. Little randomizer match to get things underway. How very, very exciting things are here today on WOAH Warzone. If you want a sneak peek at the Breakthrough Arena, by the way, it is uploaded on RPW 2K25. For those of you with the game, you can get a sneak peek at the arena. Of course, we're going to have customized movies and Titan stuff, so that might not be in the game just yet. I don't know how 2K work. Normally, they fix 1 thing and break 5 things. So we'll see how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. Who was it again? Bear, Crystal. We had Nico. We had Xander. Goodness gracious me. Crystal, Bear, Tressa, Hart, Xander, Nico. Crystal, Hart, Xander, Tressa. Of course, the Liberty Champion. Goodness gracious. Sometimes, man. Sometimes. Not Bear. Was the Bear? I didn't think the Bear was there. Was the Bear there? Was the Bear there? Do we have a Bear in there? I think the Bear was there. Was the Bear there? Can someone confirm if the Bear was there or not? Bear was there? I thought the Bear was there. Let's continue saying the Bear was there, ladies and gentlemen. He was? Okay. Eden Rose, how are you? I'm fantastic. More importantly, how are you, Eden Rose? We saw some... I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it. Recently, in your latest match, so I'm hoping you are okay. Bear was there. Nice hair. Let's crack on with WOAH Warzone, ladies and gentlemen, on the pre-show here today. Let's have some fun. Randomizer championship match on the way. To kick things off, simply beautiful. My hair? The hair? Or Eden? You mean Eden? You mean hair, Hope? I got it done specifically for you today, just in case you were wondering. Trying to keep, you know, trying to keep smart today. Trying to keep smart today. A battle royale, ladies and gentlemen, to kick things off here on the pre-show. Randomizer Championship is on the line. Crystal Crimson, of course, defended and retained in a 6-person battle royale last week. I can't remember if it was on Fury or WOAH Warzone, but there was a 6-person battle royale, of course. I believe Nico's still 0%. I think he's the only one. Hart, of course, the Intercontinental Champion. Tressalam, the Liberty Champion. Xander Evans, one half of the RPW Tag Team Champions. The Bear, a former World Tag Team Champion as well. Was Fury. I fumbled the victory. As Xander Evans, champ vs champ, Heart of the Height, the Intercontinental Champion of Friday Night Fury, takes away one of the RPW Tag Team Champions. Fury on Fury action there. Nico, welcome back. Wakey, wakey. Is he grown? Looks rather tall. As Tressalam fights out of that one. Twisted Hero, are you confident for your match today? Are you ready to be buried? Are you ready to lose your RPW career? Maybe not even lose your career, just I don't know if you're going to be able to walk after this. RK seems pissed, based on what I've seen. RK seems absolutely positively pissed. Heart of a High, double elimination. Hart thinks this is Regents Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Making swift work of the opponents. Nick, oh, big spear by the Bear. One Wing King. Former Cruiserweight champ Oliver freaking Kings, of course, not on the show here today. He's getting turned into a pretzel. Has to be done. I'm ready in a sense. The Bear as the Intercontinental Champion has got a couple eliminations, but he is next. Bye-bye, Heart of a Height. Oh, lovely super kick. Everyone will get to see RK in his best form. Poke, knee connecting. Former member of the Ministry, of course. Hero, show them not everyone is going to follow them. Well, based on what I've heard is Hope Eternal has given RK a list of superstars, ladies and gentlemen. And all I know, you don't want to be on that list. You really, really don't want to be on that list. Crystal Crimson, she'd been sitting in that corner. She could retain back-to-back six-man battle royales. I only just realized she's still in this match, ladies and gentlemen. She may retain here. As she goes against the Bear with the Famouser. And what a start to the Randomizer Championship it would be. Nico up and over. Crystal Crimson. She could actually do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I love the Randomizer Championship this year. It might get Championship of the Year. Just because you never know who's going to show up. Crystal Crimson. Back to back. Six-man battle royales. The Bear is up. The Bear is up. Lovely arm drag. Beautiful arm drag. This is awesome. They're loving Crystal Crimson as champ. Back in the corner. Crystal working away. The corner, statistically in RPW history, the most difficult area, the most difficult position to eliminate someone over the top rope in RPW history, ladies and gentlemen. Statistically speaking, that is a fact that I just thought of myself. So, interesting. She goes back to the corner. The Bear looking fired up in this one, though. The Bear looking fired up. Wonder when Fredo will kick Nico out like he did Colm. Of course, Fredo Colm kicking things off today, which I'm very excited for. Going to be interesting to see Bear. Moving audaciously. Crystal Crimson. Oh, she goes off. The Bear is a champion in RPW yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Unlucky Crystal Crimson. Good, good, good. Randomizer title match, though. Couple back-to-back battle royales. The Bear takes it. Big man. But I like the Bear. I've always liked Empire of Pain. I think the Bear, a solid, solid superstar. Again, a pre-show match coming. Featuring all three members of Empire of Pain. It's a very, very good match as well. My goodness gracious me. How bloody... What a haircut does, eh? It's messy, but it's still amazing. You know, it's messy, but it's still absolutely amazing. It really, really... Really, really is. Need a goddess hat and a goddess gloves. I should say on that note, ladies and gentlemen, down in the corner, you may see some new ones if you refresh your page. I'm not too sure. New RPW merch, ladies and gents. Watch a haircut. New RPW merch on the RPW store. I've seen some Final Testament stuff. I've seen some Hope Eternal stuff. I've seen some Rise logos and more, ladies and gentlemen. Get involved. Get involved. RPWstore.com. Get all your RPW merch. Ready for the spring. Ready for the summer. Ready to have some fun. And represent the #1 wrestling show in sports entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Loud. Oh, look at Stream Elements with the perfectly timed link right there. That is what we love to see. It really, really is, ladies and gents. That's what we absolutely love to see. Perfectly timed. Right in your eyeballs. Right ready to be done here on Warzone, ladies and gentlemen. Katricks and Fredo 1-on-1. former member of the Bullet Club against the leader of the Bullet Club and Universal Champion in Fredo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed who we most likely are. Absolute day. Thanks, bro.
Obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything. If I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. I just wanna find a I'll give up everything, daunting life. If I can see my dream, make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything, make what I want a reality. Make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
What an absolute day, ladies and gentlemen. Chaos has been... Little Easter egg. Little chalky chalk. One absolute damn day this is turning out to be, eh? An absolutely amazing day here on Warzone. Hope Eternal's main eventing with the prestigious championship. Okay, now I'm getting an ad for Hope Eternal t-shirt over RPW. This is going too far. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you. New merch, dude. New merch is looking good. Get involved. Get stuck in. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen. Final Testament looking and feeling absolutely amazing. Warzone General Manager in the building, ready for this one. Former Bullet Club member against the leader to kick things off. Merch Eternal. I'm going to dive into some chocky here. What's the worst thing chocolate can do to you, no? Absolutely no. Chocolate is life. How I keep fresh, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really is. Coleman Fredo in the ring. No entrances for the Universal Champion. Budget cuts here on Warzone. Come on, Colm, says Daniel. Imagine being kicked out of your stable to then beat the leader and Universal Champion. It would be a boost for Katricks if he picks up the win here today. It really, really would raise a diabetic hand. It really, really would be such a boost. Such a boost for Katricks as he starts off strong. Jobber treatment. Starts off strong here against Fredo. Katricks. I mean, if you choose to say so. Both superstars to the outside here. Warzone kicking off strong with the Universal Champion. It's interesting on both Warzone and Friday Night Fury. The men's world champion has been kicking off. Dragon Romanic has kicked off the last two Furies, defending his belt, which is very, very interesting. Going to be excited to see what happens later on this Friday. People's Champ Fredo. Love that new logo. Love that new logo. Of course, two triple threats today. All 6 superstars vying, fan cam in action, vying for the chance to fight Fredo at Breakthrough for the RPW Universal Championship. I was looking earlier, by the way, there was a lot of talk between Norm, Zeke, and Fredo about the Universal Championship, and honestly, a very underrated title reign by Fredo. I don't think it's getting talked about enough. 78 days, ladies and gentlemen. By the time we get to Breakthrough, it'll be like 92, whatever days. I'm not really good at maths. Somewhere in the 90s for his record. A first world title in a long time for Fredo, too. 78 days, going on to 90 days at Breakthrough if he doesn't defend before then and lose it. He's taken on the likes of Poke, Zeke, Norma. He obviously won it off the Reverend. Like, it's been a massive, massive world title. I think it's been one of the biggest world title reigns we've had in the men's division. Maybe even just in RPW, actually. In recent times. I think it's a very, very, very solid title reign, if I do say so myself. It ends... Oh, Hope Eternal. Of course, that's why I'm bigging it up now, Hope. That's why I'm bigging it up now, because, of course, it ends at Breakthrough. Of course, Zeke is going to win today. He's going to, beat the winner of the other triple threat next week and then go to Breakthrough and win his first ever world championship. Of course, if Zeke does win, or when when Zeke does win his first ever World Championship as well, you have to give it to Hope Eternal, because when Zeke was under Jocko in the Cure, did Jocko get Zeke a World Championship? No. Now he has Hope as his leader, and all of a sudden he's vying for a World Championship. He's going to be winning at the first pay-per-view of the season. All I'm saying, I think that goes down to the leader. That goes down to understanding who is in charge and how they actually nurture their superstars, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really does. As an armbar is in, wrenching those fingers backwards. Champs have a lot of requirements outside the ring. Need to get them done early so they can go do press. Fredo's calm in the corner with a clothesline. Nice takedown. 28,000 watching on YouTube here today. Fredo looking fired up. Could it be a repeat of Regents Mania? One FaceTime and done. I'll get the fingers up just ready, just in case, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1. It's 2. And it is not 3. Katricks with the resiliency. I gave Zeke chance of a chance. Not my fault. He sucks. We'll see if he sucks under Hope. Fredo from behind. Knee strike to the face into a clothesline. Nice takedown. Katricks rolling under that bottom rope. Who remembers when Com used to be a cruiserweight, eh? Feels like a feels like a lifetime ago now. When you got buried alive by Drew Payne. Big backdrop on the apron. Both superstars to the outside yet again. Kicking off here, we have tag team action up next. The New Millennia against the Brickleys, ladies and gentlemen. He's been improved upon since then, Jocko. He is a holy other being now. I don't think I've ever seen holy be written like that, but Hope, when you say it, it just makes me tingle. It really, really does. It looks amazing. Really, really does. Katricks back into the ring as Rick watches on. Fredo joins the fray. Big knee strike to the nose of Katricks. Fredo to the outside. Love the new camera. Men ringside. Getting those new angles. Lovely. Knee strike across the face. Fredo, Universal Champ, showing why he is the Universal Champ. Bit of rope running. No. I think Rick may have got Fredo in 2 minds then. I think he forgot what he had in mind. Leaves the ring. Did Fredo hit his head, ladies and gentlemen? Going up to the middle rope now. Will he make it to break through? That's a question. Lovely. Elbow drop there. Goes for the pinfall again. Leg has been hooked. Com started off decently in this match, but start to lose some momentum and has struggled to get it back. Fredo's back up on one knee. Disrespectful. Oh, big boot across the face, and I think I saw some blood, ladies and gentlemen. I did indeed. From the forehead of Katricks. FaceTime. Pack your bags, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Fast-paced action to kick off Warzone. Universal Champ not in doubt here today. Very good opener. Universal Champ walks away with the win. Katricks kicked out of Bullet Club and beaten senselessly. Or senseless. He has no sense left. From the leader of the Bullet Club in Fredo, ladies and gentlemen. Contract match for Colm, not gonna lie. Poor Colm, unlucky Colm. Not ideal, ladies and gentlemen, is it? Not ideal for Katricks. Of course, the percentages are starting to liven up a bit now. Of course, you know, the first 2 shows, everyone's on either 100% or 0%. You can't really gauge where superstars are going to be. I have noticed Austin Palmer is still 100%. Of course, he goes up against Kaiju Jaeger here today. So that's going to be interesting. Fredo down on 25%. So this win is going to be massive for him. Colm was on 25%, but he's going to be going down after that loss. So again, not too ideal for Katricks. If you are new to RPW and want to check out the spreadsheet for yourself, ! RPW stats, the spreadsheet is there to be gathered at, to be looked at by all, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to get involved with the spreadsheet. It's absolutely fantastic. Nicole O'Grady joins us here today on Warzone. Good to see you, as always. It really, really is. There is the spreadsheet. Thank you, Stream Elements, for gifting it out there and getting it ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the winning team of this tag team match advances as, again, Breakthrough's close. So it is really starting to get down to who will take on the Palmers at Breakthrough for these championships. I'm still not on it, though. Hashtag blame Jocko, ladies and gentlemen. That was not even on Brett. Hashtag blame Jocko. Hello? Can we excuse me? You filthy pervert. Goodness gracious me. Watch your tone, Mr. Ryan Curtis. The New Millennia, Maxim Jones and Misa Johnston. One of my favorite tag teams in RPW. Love Misa's new jacket. Very, very, very nice indeed. First ever Regents Rumble winner, Maxim Jones. Misa Johnson, of course, holds the record for most matches in RPW without a championship. He's nearing, I think he's above 100 now. I think he had his 100th match. No, this is his 100th match in RPW, ladies and gentlemen. Misa Johnston's 100th match in Regents Pro Wrestling. How very, very exciting indeed. How very, very exciting indeed. It really is. Now, we know the Trons are here. The tag team Trons still have a ways to go, we shall see. So, hopefully, Brett can get the tag team Trons going, ladies and gentlemen. 100 matches and only one title. These things, they happen. Blame me for what I missed. Too busy ignoring. Can I blame you for not having the rookies on the sheet? There's still alumni on the sheet. It's absolutely outrageous. The Internet Championship is not even on the sheet yet. Then we still have the network and the YouTube. Who really runs the sheets these days? Well, Lilith Lancer's gone. She can't be doing it. RK's now gone. He can't be doing it. It's down to you, Mr. Jocko, World Warzone General Manager. It's down to you. And the sheet's not updated. Absolutely outrageous. Okay, fair. Okay, that's my shouting for the day. I'm going to have some chocolate and calm down. That's a big man. It is indeed. Kaiser, I've seen you working at the Performance Center. Very excited for your RPW debut. Very, very excited indeed. Is that your last 100 matches, Daniel? One title and half a lifetime. I'm almost at 200 matches. It's crazy, dude. It really... I know Poker's the most at 208. Fredo is lingering behind at 205. Well, now he's on 206, but Poker's going to be on 209. Best worst move in RPW history here. Kaiva, that's what I said. Seems to be some spelling issues on the sheet as well. How hard is it to spell O'Grady? Absolutely. To be fair... O'Grady normally is capital O apostrophe capital G and then it Rady. So hashtag blame Jocko for that. Tag made. Maxim Jones is in. First ever Regents Rumble winner, ladies and gentlemen. Into this one with Butch Bernard Brickley. I believe Brutus Brickley still winless. He is indeed. Brutus Brickley is still winless in the scene. It's interesting as well when you start out a new season. Some superstars, you know, they remain winless for a while. They struggle to get that win percentage up. Luka Novak, 17%. O'Grady. Yeah, but they don't even put the apostrophe. They spell it O'Grady. It's crazy. It's crazy. O'Grady. I know. I understand. These things, they happen. Hashtag blame Jocko. 155 matches. O'Grady has no folder. Whole country of... O'Grady has no folder. Maxim Jones with the pinfall. Leg is hooked on Butch Bernard Brickley. Needs to get Brutus in there. Again, 0% right now, which is absolutely diabolical. Massive triple threat today, though. Poke, Noah, and Drew. Brandon, Norman, Zeke. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I can't wait. Anyone missing from the sheet or who needs something changed, DM in Discord or I'll forget. There we go. To be fair, I'm pretty sure you did say last week you asked RK for a list. But again, asking RK for a list, probably not the smartest idea since he's no longer here. Child be Nico, sitting on 0%. I'm grateful. Good spelling mistake there. Nice bulldog from Butch Bernard Brickley. Yeah, some people still on 0%. Dastardly. Absolutely dastardly. Poke on 33%. Seb's hurt has had a quiet start this year on World Warzone. Not really seen too much of him. Not booked today either. Not seen too much from Seb's hurt, which worries me. Former world, I like Seb's, but not seeing too much of him. Then now I'm asking KO, do your brother's job. Absolutely, I don't touch sheets, my friend. Absolutely. Unless Hope Eternal tells me to. And then, well, then I'll have to. So, if you get Hope Eternal, the face of a Warzone, but then again, is she going to really do your dirty work? It's a whole list of conundrums, Jocko. It's a whole list of conundrums, one after the other. No one really knows what's happening. Maxim Jones busted open. Maxim Jones busted open on his forehead. Nice reversal there. First ever person to be watching this in VR. Keep him away from scores, ladies and gentlemen. Maxim Jones up from behind. And across the throat. Brutus Brickley, if he loses, he is still 0% in Season 4. Again, Brutus, I thought he was going to be one of the big boys this season. I really, really did. But he is struggling. Really struggling. Pinfall broken up. Mr. Blue, good to see you, my friend. All jokes aside, big fan. Hopefully you're doing absolutely amazing on this fine Monday. Brutus rolls out. Maxim Jones goes with him. The long way around. There's a feeling in the air today, you know. There's a feeling in the air of just pure happiness. When Hope Eternal's main eventing, it's just a feeling of utter pure happiness, you know. What can you be mad about when Hope Eternal's main evented for the prestigious championship? It's been. Also, I've noticed the championship page as well. The titles, only 2 of them have been updated with the new background, and one of them is the false pink white belt. So, need to get on that as well, Jocko. Make a list. Make a list. RK posting a sheep mask in quarters. Stranger Things. Yeah, I'm good. Just on my run at Blue Park. Love to hear it. My friend Brutus Brickley in the corner. Just keep fighting, even when you're on 0%, apparently. Maxim Jones. Interesting maneuver in the corner. Butch Bernard Brickley just forced to watch on. Of course, Butch cannot enter the ring right now. New RPW tag team rules. Maxim Jones trying to get out. Kaiju Jaeger 75. I said at the beginning of this year, this is the year of Kaiju Jaeger in RPW, ladies and gentlemen. I said at the beginning of the season, I am so excited. Of course, Kaiju find Austin Palmer today. Austin's 100%, so that's a massive match. 100 v 75, that's 2 big numbers above 50, if you didn't know that, for the American ticket. And of course, with 1 week left, ladies and gentlemen, till Breakthrough, whoever holds that American ticket faces Drew at Breakthrough for the United States Championship. Going to be interesting. Off to family dinner. I'll be back later to check what else I'm blamed for. It'll surely be something. Enjoy your day, Jocko. World Warzone General Manager, everyone. World Warzone General Manager. Brutus Brickley can fire up. Oh, get me a Brutus ball. I might explode live, ladies and gentlemen. Euphorically, I may explode everywhere. If Butch Bernard Brickley... Oh. Maxim Jones is going for a pinfall. Brutus is not going to allow such things. 0%. Needs to get his first win in RPW. Big power slam. Connecting. Brutus Brickley. Here we go. Brutus Brickley. The best way. Oh no! Misa. Brutus falls down. The best move in RPW, man. Come on. Really? Is this what we are doing now? Smart by Misa, to be fair. Very, very smart by Misa. Very, very smart by Misa. But when I want to see a Brutus ball, it's not really ideal, is it? It's not really too nice when I'm trying to see a Brutus ball. Maxim Jones that gets his tag out in time. Misa Johnston goes flying. Maxim is down. Not looking too good. Nice super kick by Misa. Brutus back up. Running at DT. Right hander. From behind with ease. Oh, nice reversal. Very nice reversal. Brutus got a long way to go. Misa says, where you crawling to? Big man running. Oh, lovely. Strength shown by Brutus. Big clothesline takedown. Gets him back. Oh, Brutus Brickley. He's so brutal. Brickley. B-R-U-T as well, actually. Rhymes. Big power slam in the corner. Maxim Jones can't come over here. Brutus Brickley goes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Misa Johnston, it was nice of you to come, my friend. Oh, no. Brutus ball. Big elbow instead. Pinfall on the logo. Smart. Let Maxim Jones come in. Very smart. Because now you can hit the Brutus ball. And Maxim can't break it up. No. Now he takes him over to the corner. I was hoping for a Brutus ball. Tag made. Butch is in. No Brutus ball. Interesting. Butch tags in. Butch and Misa Johnston. Nice matchup this is. Love some tag team wrestling. First of 2 tag team matches, of course. We have the Garden Court tournament continuing. Red Notice against Retribution to find out the other finalists. Misa with a shimmy. Has Butch middle of the ring. Forearm to the lower back. Ripcord, nice lariat takedown. Maxim Jones, a title semi-finalist, that's what I said. Of course, we still don't really know what's happening right now because the Goddess Bobby does not have a tag team partner currently. So I'm not sure if anything's been announced regarding that or not. Or if the Unholy Union, when they're supposed to go up against them, just automatically go through. If they get, like, I don't know how that works. What the situation with that is. Because let's face it, the Unholy Union would have won that anyway. Replace them. Oh, big spear by Maxim. I mean, it's a Garden Court tournament. I'm assuming Nicolo, Grady, and Eden Rose are in charge of what happens. But I'm assuming it's just a forfeit for divine intervention, right? Butch Bernard Brickley entered the ring. Which means he cannot re-enter the ring. Maxim Jones with a pinfall. Brutus Brickley to remain at 0%. Oh, his hand got up just in time. Oh, sorry, his shoulder got up just before the hand went down. Goodness gracious me. Brutus, what has happened to Brutus? 0% still. Strength from Misa. Brutus Brickley. Surely not. Oh my god, he's kicked up again. Oh my god, see, this is the Brutus I knew. This is the Brutus Brickley I expected from Season 4. Amazing resiliency. Has he had many singles matches this year? Maybe he's been a lot of tag and more. I don't know. But to still be 0%. We're like 3 or 4 weeks in now to the season. Not what you want. Really not what you want. Needs to be learning off Maxim with that spear. Butch is just forced to watch from ringside. Wow. Misa Johnston on his 100th match of his career, ladies and gentlemen, with the pinfall on Brutus Brickley. The new Millennia advance. I'm told they will take on the Chosen Future to determine who will go to Breakthrough for the World Tag Team Championships, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome in JC Brooklyn. What a win. JC not booked today either. Is JC it? I don't know. After Arcade didn't win on Fury, if Bobby can find a replacement partner and she chooses to continue the tournament, then Bobby and her chosen partner will fight against Unholy Union. He's brutal, just not the ways we thought. If she doesn't want, it will be forfeit. I ain't booked tonight. Nothing new there for JC Brooklyn then. Acolyte and can't even get booked. It's great. Not ideal, is it? Not ideal. 33,000 watching. Oh, goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me indeed. As we advance, ladies and gentlemen, American ticket match here on WOAH Warzone. Now, reminder, at Breakthrough, whoever holds the American ticket will face Deacon Drew Payne one-on-one for the RPW United States Championship. He's been champ now for 73 days himself. 73 days. Not a bad reign at all. One half of your World Tag Team Champs, Austin Palmer. This man is 100% right now. He's not lost in Season 4 just yet, ladies and gents. He's not lost in Season 4 just yet. Austin Palmer. Kaiju Jaeger. 100% be 75%. Winner takes the American ticket into next week. And it's going to be fun. Commentator's curse. I mean, it's not a curse. I'm pointing out a fact. He's not lost in Season 4 yet. That is literally a fact of life. I do like Palmer's Paradise, though. But equally, I absolutely love Kaiju Jaeger. I really, really do. Needs an updated Tron from the creative team. But Kaiju Jaeger, man, I'm a big fan of him. I really, really am. A big, big fan of Kaiju Jaeger. I love him, man. I think he's absolutely amazing. Been here since the beginning. Has been involved in so many amazing, amazing moments. Here in RPW. American ticket holder. And it's on the line here today. He's always been a fan favorite as Kaiju Jaeger, you know. Always been a fan, but you can't hate Kaiju Jaeger. Even when he was in The Cure, you can't hate Kaiju Jaeger. Big one-on-one match, though. Here today, bell has been rung. And here we go. Up next, we have the Evolution Championship match. I forgot we have 2 title matches today. Dawn and Hope both defending. What a damn WOAH Warzone this is turning out to be, eh? What a damn World Warzone indeed. As these two technical superstars lock up. Jägermeister. Love a bit of Kaiju, man. I feel like Kaiju's like Cebu. He's like Cebu, where he's hard not to like, he's hard to hate, you know. You have to like him. He's just a lovable guy. Gives his all in RPW. I'm pretty sure he has the most losses in RPW. I might be wrong. I think he holds that record, though. Most losses in Regents Pro Wrestling, but love him. So much. Oh, running Bulldog. Gets reversed. See, I like the Palmers as well, though. It's a tough one. Jocko. Yeah, but again, Jocko just hates him because he's petty. And he lost him in his first ever match. That's why Jocko hates him. They've had some good matches, Jocko Cebu, though. Cebu's another one I'd love to see World Champ again in 2025. I really, really would. Look at these two. Reversal after reversal. Amazing matchup here today. Some space between them. Clubbing clothesline takedown. Look at him, man. Look at him. How long Kaiju been in RPW? Since the beginning, my friend. Since the beginning. His debut was week 1, March 7th, 2022. He was in the first ever show in RPW. 39 wins, 115 losses. 15 pay-per-view appearances, 2 pay-per-views main evented. What a guy, man. What an absolute guy, an absolute legend of RPW is Kaiju Jaeger. He really, really is. Again, just hard to hate, man. Hard to hate. Austin Palmer, though, again, 100%. One half of the World Tag Team Champs. 115 is egregious. Again, he's been in since the beginning. I mean, I think you can see overall losses. I don't know if you can sort by, actually. Oh, no, I'm wrong, actually. He does not hold the record for most losses. Kaiju has 115. The record is 118, though. And again, it makes sense. He's second in most matches. The Universal Champion Fredo has the most losses in RPW, 118. Again, he has 86 wins, whereas Kaiju only has 35. So it's not as worse as a record, but he's also had the second most matches in RPW, so it makes sense to be up there in losses. How very interesting. I could look at the spreadsheet all day, man. Just looking at different facts. Looking at different records. I could look at the spreadsheet all damn day. But today, we're looking at Austin Palmer taking down Kaiju Jaeger. 100% gang again. Dragon Demonic from Fury, just like Austin Palmer from Warzone. No. 100% so far. Day 1 says Kaiju. He's still a legend. I know, I've been here. Universal Champ got the most L's. Oh, nah, bro. But again, he has the most losses because his business is, you know, it's not really like, it's not a bad thing. It's just a stat. It's just a stat. How many times has Kaiju held? He's been Randomizer champion for 1 day, Cruiserweight champ for 19 days, Television champ for 15 days, and he was the World Heavyweight champion, but he lost it on the same day. So he only held it for like 15 minutes or like 30 minutes or so. But technically, he's a former World Heavyweight champion at Randomizer pay-per-view. He just lost it on the same day. Again, Kaiju Jaeger's not... He's not one to brag about championships. He's the people's champ. You know, he's a fan favorite. He's a hard worker. He's been here since the beginning. He's never taken time off. He's never not shown up. He's never moaned. He's never cried or, you know. He's been here since the beginning. He's done what he can. And this year, I think he's reaping the rewards. I really, really do. I'd love to see him go to Breakthrough for that United States Championship and win. I really, really would. He needs to knock off Austin Palmer today, though. Defend it next week, and he goes to Breakthrough. He also has the first ever quote on YouTube. Kaiju Jaeger, just a legend, through and through. Through and through. Back and forth they go. There's nothing technical about that World Championship. Hey, it's on your sheet. You're a former World Champ. It's on your sheet. You won fair and square. Doesn't matter when, you lost it. You won fair and square. Kaiju to middle rope. Nice leg drop. It is crazy to think Kaiju's a former world champ. But again, he won it fair and square. Randomizer. When Randomizer this is in November, I believe, right? We have a ways to go till November. Breakthrough up first. Going for gold is second next month, where every single championship is on the line in RPW. Every single championship. The Network Championship on the other hand, I won't forget. That's the thing with going for gold. The fact that every single championship is on the line. If you want a guaranteed spot on the pay-per-view, be a champion. Be a champion. Gone too soon. A network and television it was a good belt. The history is going to remain in the Internet Championship if Jocko ever does his job. The history will remain. But I like the Internet Championship. I think it did make sense to have network and thing. OGs remember the blackjack days. I think it was a smart move by Vince. Internet Championship, it looks very good. Count of 7. Oh, Kaiju. Oh, Kaiju. Don't lose via count out, Kaij. There we go. American ticket on the line. Breakthrough approaching. Greatest ever network champ forever and ever. Who does have the longest ever network title reign, I wonder? Even when it was the television. Should we do some research while we're here? Brian damage holder for 70 days. Fredo, 98 days. 5 defends after trauma. I think it was Fredo, right? I think it was Fredo. It was indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Kaiju Jaeger. I told you about this guy, man. I told you about this guy. This is his season. Austin Palmer no longer 100%. I think that means now Dragon Romanik is the only superstar on 100%. It is indeed. Romanik is the last one to be on 100%. If Kaiju Jaeger wins next week, he goes to Breakthrough to defend, or to fight against, sorry, Deacon Drew for the United States Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Kaiju cooking. I told you, I had a feeling this year. Goodness gracious me. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry. Kaiju's cooking. Fantastic win. Really, really was. Absolutely amazing win. I have so many questions about that tag thing Nicole mentioned. Moving on from Miss Lanza. Are you, Bobby, getting a new partner potentially? If you have questions, Nicole is the one to ask. Nicole is the one to ask. Deservedly so. Kaiju vs Drew. I would not mind it, ladies and gentlemen. I would not mind it. As things advance. Here on WOAH Warzone. Are we ready?
The following is a tables match.
Oh, a tables match. Ladies and gentlemen, a tables match for the Evolution Championship. Here on WOAH Warzone. Well, I did not know we was getting a tables match today, but I am not mad at it, ladies and gentlemen. Someone going through a table. There is Noodle Soups up against Dawn. 1-on-1 for the RPW Evolution Championship. Both superstars of Unholy Union defending here today. Dawn up now. Hope Eternal main eventing. Big WOAH Warzone, ladies and gentlemen. Big WOAH Warzone indeed. Noodle Soups is the name. A very, very dominant female superstar. As she makes her way to the ring. And goes up 1-on-1 against the Evolution champion of the Unholy Union, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup this is. Is that a voodoo doll? It looks like something. What a matchup this is, though. When Dawn came into RPW, she was kind of like the new era of a Noodle Soups. Dawn will break Noodle's dreams by retaining a title. Dawn was like the new era of Noodle Soups. Noodle was always like the tallest superstar, or female superstar. She was always like the renegade. Dawn came in and sort of took that role when she entered Regents Pro Wrestling, and now has been an amazing Evolution champion and looks to retain. As someone is going through a table. Someone's going through a table. I have the order here. It's this. Then we have the triple threat. The first of 2 triple threats, which I'm very, very excited for indeed. Those triple threat matches, they're going to be fun.
And
They're going to be fun.
Pro Wrestling Extreme.
God, Dawn looks
Champion
absolutely terrifying, doesn't she? Absolutely terrifying. Love that belt, though. The blue strap on the back, and here we go. Who goes through a table? Tables is interesting, because again, you don't need to pin, you don't need to submit. There's no countouts. Table, like, you could have someone ready to go for a table, bang, they reverse you or put you through, or like you slip through a table and you lose. Like, tables are scary, dude. Tables are very, very scary, very unpredictable. Is a tables match. This one's on the way, the first of two title matches. I love a championship match on a regular show. Obviously, pay-per-views, you expect to have championship matches. You expect to have big championships on the line. But when a title's being defended on WOAH Warzone or Friday Night Fury, there's just a different feeling about it sometimes, you know? There's just a different feeling about it. There really, really is. It's the unexpected nature of like, oh my God, we get to witness a championship match. Like, not everyone can afford to go to a pay-per-view match or a pay-per-view show. So the people in attendance getting to witness not one, but two championship matches today. How lucky can you be, eh? How lucky can you be? Lovely big boot to the back of their head. Down goes Noodle Soups. Dawn, the champ, starting strong in this one. She landed quite awkwardly on that knee as she went down. There's two tables outside the ring if the superstars wish to use them. One up, one down. Well, that's what Noodle's doing, is down. Is what a roundhouse kick that was. There's the first table touched by Dawn. First table in the ring. Fan cam in action. As Noodle Soups takes over. Nice, a power slam down. Foot off the face. I love the attire from Noodle. Nice boot. I love them shoes. Lovely colorway. Looks like Jordans. I'd wear them. I'd wear them if Hope would let me. Fan cam keeping an eye on this one. Front row on their feet. As Noodle back into the ring. Again, that table is there. The table is ready. The thing with tables matches, they can be over like that, or they can go on and on and on with no one wanting to go through a table. They're very, very unpredictable. Is a tables match. Very, very unpredictable indeed. In RPW, we've seen some good table finishes. Wonder what the bookies' odds are for the carnival happening in the main event. See, I don't think Hope needs any carnival shenanigans to defend against a rookie. I don't think Hope needs anything of the sort. I think Hope Eternal going to prove why she's main eventing. Hope Eternal going to prove why she's the face of WOAH Warzone and why she is the prestigious champ of WOAH Warzone. Noodle Soups with the table. There's the first one set up, and again, all it takes now is you slipping through that table. Boom, it's done. You lose your championship. Do not worry, I need no assistance. I mean, look how many my tables matches against LaRusso lasted. Way too long. A tables match can last long, or it can be over before you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dawn as Noodle in front of the table, and just, oh, we did a crow. Noodle knocked it on, and again, I thought for sure that was done. The table, all right, screaming behind me. The table does not go down, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think Dawn was kind of surprised that the table did not go down. Oh. They're trapped by the table now. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Oh my God, new champ. New champ. Noodle Soups. New champ, no. Dawn fights out Noodle. All she had to do is slam her down. Noodle back in the corner. The second time she fights out of it, though. Noodle, new champ. New champ. No, Dawn. Oh my God, back and forth. Dawn at far. The table goes down. The table goes down. Noodle back in the corner. Dawn with the table again. She wants it set up. Oh, at an angle. Noodle again, the third time she's fought out of it. Back and forth they go. An amazing back and forth. Dawn's trying to get Noodle in the corner. Noodle is fighting for her life to stay out of that corner. An amazing back and forth. Kick to the midsection. Kick down low. Chop across the chest. Lovely combo by Noodle. Oh! She gets pummeled right to the chest. She goes down. That table's a bit away now, though. Is Dawn trying to go back to the corner? This might cost Dawn. She keeps trying to get in that corner. She keeps trying to get in that corner. As Noodle goes back. I think this is where Dawn wanted it the whole time. That table's quite far, though. You need a big move. As Dawn with a superplex through the table. And still, your RPW Evolution champion. My goodness. Gracious me, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful indeed. What a finish that was. She knew what she wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen. She knew what she wanted to do. She tried over and over again. Couldn't quite get her in the position she needed. Finally got her top rope. And bang. Oh my goodness. Sorry for not believing in you, Dawn. Wow, says Ryan Curtis. What a tables match. Again, that's why I love tables matches. You never quite know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Dawn was adamant. Absolutely adamant. Of Noodle being in that corner. Finally got it done. Bish, bash, bosh. Ladies and gentlemen, the first of 2 triple threat matches here today on WOAH Warzone, and I am so excited for both of them. The former member of the ministry, ladies and gentlemen, of course, crashed out of the ministry when Lilith Lanza got taken. Announced openly, I'm no longer with you guys. Of course, Oliver freaking Kings has not been a fan of Poke for a long time now. 2 triple threat matches for the Universal Tournament. Look at that midriff showing, ladies and gentlemen. Belly button on display. Shambles from the so-called golden standard of RPW. Being given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity here in RPW. Funny how he ran away when the heat came down. As soon as it started getting tricky with the ministry, Poke ran away, ladies and gentlemen. Poke ran away as soon as it started getting difficult. Absolute. And again, he's supposed to be the golden standard. He's supposed to be the golden standard of RPW. Poke's last chance, of course. If Poke does not win that Universal Championship at Breakthrough, which means he needs to win today and win next week. If Poke does not win it, he goes back empty-handed to Friday Night Fury, ladies and gentlemen, with Oliver freaking Kings. And I was going to say with RK, but I don't think RK really is too involved. I think RK, well, he's out of the ministry now as well, technically. He's part of the Final Testament. So I guess the ministry is just Oliver freaking Kings and Lamin right now, but Lamin is nowhere to be seen. Lamin's on holiday. Ollie, I think, has lost like back-to-back weeks now, if I'm not mistaken, against Hart and GMK. Or Charman and GMK, sorry. Very, very interesting. The amount of hope shirts is wild. It's all hope, baby. It is all a hope, and here he is, last but not least. The United States champion, a chance to be a double champ in RPW. Drew is also another name. Has never been a world champion, ladies and gentlemen. Has never been a world champ. Has never been the face of his show. Has never been a big, big, big name. He's always been lingering. Drew's very similar. Poke will hate me for saying this, but I don't really care because, again, what's he going to do? He's not even in the ministry anymore. I have Hope Eternal on my side. Drew and Poke are very, very similar. I know Poke is technically a world heavyweight champion. He's won one before. But again, 59, like, he's never won one again after losing out of Icashin. Poke and Drew are very similar in that I think Poke is proceeds to buy 12. I think Poke is known as a main event, as a big name, just because he's been here for a long time and he's been given a ton of opportunities by 2 Vince. But realistically, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, Poke is nothing more than a glorified Drew Payne, ladies and gentlemen. And that's my honest opinion on the matter. I think he's nothing more than a glorified Drew Payne, which is his worst enemy. He's never liked Drew. He's never been a fan of Drew. But I think truly he's just never made that stretch to be the main name. Poke's never been the main guy. He wasn't the main guy in the ministry. He wasn't the main guy in the alliance with Gore. It was like equal, both of them. If anything, Gore was the main name. He's never really won awards, like any good awards. So he's never been like the main guy of a season. He's never really done too much. Again, he has the record for longest championship reign for the UK Championship, which again is a great, I'm not taking away a great reign. But again, it's a mid-card championship. Can he do that with a world title? I don't know. I don't know. I really, really don't. I don't think Poke is the level that Poke thinks Poke is. I don't think Poke is that guy. I don't think Poke's that guy. And it's interesting. I think a lot of season oneers who think they're higher than they are. I don't think Oliver freaking Kings is that guy either. I don't think Oliver freaking Kings is that guy either. And if you're looking at the ministry and what happened at Regents Mania, dare I say, is Lamin even that guy? If we're getting down to it, and this is no bias, no hope in my ear, this is nothing. When you get down to it, ladies and gentlemen, it's bold, Dragon, it's bold. It's bold, but hear me out. Hear me out. When you look at the ministry, let's include Poke in there for now. I know he's no longer in there. Let's include Poke in there for now. Poke has never been that world champion material. He's never led a never led a brand before, never led a show. I don't think Poke's as big as he is. Ollie, I agree with you. I agree with you as well. When you say that, I don't think Ollie is the level that he thinks he is. He's always called himself champ. He's never been a double champion. He's been a former world champ, but again, a lot of that was back in season number 1, back in the dark days of RPW. I think a lot of superstars peaked already. I think a lot of superstars peaked. I don't see Ollie getting to that level again. I'll say it when you're here as well. I don't think Ollie will get to that level again of being a world champ. Like back in the day, you used to think of Sibs, and like you used to think of Ollie alongside him when they get traded. You think of Lamin, you used to think of all these big names. I don't think people think about that anymore. When you see Oliver freaking Kings, I don't think people think, oh my god, I need to bring my A game. Just know it's over for you when I see you next. I think it's true. I think it's true. I think it's true. I think you're on like that Charmander. That Charmander, like, level below the main event name. You know, I don't know. And again, Lamin, I think Lamin is obviously the biggest name of the ministry, don't get me wrong. But even still, like, I don't know. Had the whole thing with Dino, of course. They only peaked because, respectfully, the rest of the roster was shit. See, again, I'm not commenting on the. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I think Poke and Ollie, other than the Cruiserweight title, what has Ollie done? That's coming from JC Brooklyn. See, when people like JC Brooklyn are saying it to Oliver freaking Kings, you know he's lost all source. Because back in the day, no one would have dared have said that to Oliver freaking Kings. That's my point. Don't come running back to me when the carnival gimps don't want you. Hey, whoa. Whoa. No need for name calling now. No need for name calling. JC talking himself. But you know what I mean, Nova? Like back in the day, you would have never have got mid-card fodder like JC Brooklyn talking to Oliver freaking Kings. But now they feel confident enough because Oliver freaking Kings, his name doesn't hold that. So what you're saying is they used to be, but that was season 1. I don't think they're as big as they thought. JC has done nothing, period. No, again, Dragon, that's what I'm saying. I completely agree. He's in no position to talk. But he is talking because Oliver's name and Poke's name, they don't hold as much anymore. That's my opinion, at least. But even then, back in the day, like, rookies who've done nothing, they would have never spoken up to a name like Oliver, a name like Lamin, a name like Poke. You know? They would have never spoken up before. Whereas now, I think they're feeling more confident because they see Ollie go for the Cruiserweight Championship and losing it. And maybe they think, hey, I can beat him, you know? I don't know. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Poke going for the poke knee, though. It's an interesting topic, ladies and gentlemen. Superstars that have peaked already in their career. It's an interesting topic. There may be some other names as well. Again, there's nothing wrong with being like a mid-card name. I think Drew, no, I think they know their role. I think they know they're a mid-card superstar. I just think Poke thinks he's higher than Drew. I don't know if he actually is. That was my point. I don't think Poke is as big as he thinks he is. That was my point. Poke Paterno clears ministry by herself. I don't think Poke is as big as he thinks he is. I don't know. And then maybe think of Ministry, maybe think of Ollie as well, and could it be the same thing? I don't know. I mean, let's get your guys' opinions. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think on the matter? Let's open it up to the floor, ladies and gentlemen. If you're thinking about RPW right now and you're ranking people, are you putting Poke and Ollie at the top of your tier list? I don't think I am. I don't think I am. The only way, and this is the point. If you're making a tier list, right, and you have Oliver freaking Kings and Poke next to each other, I guarantee the thing you'll say is, oh, but think about what they've done. That's the thing you'll say. Think about what they've done. Like, I don't think they're doing anything now to put them up there. I think it's all previous stuff. But again, that's just KR talking. That's just KR talking. We'd like to say anything to Miss Lanza. She may have some difficulty hearing soon. Absolutely fucking true. I don't know, man. I look, Poke's down in the middle, doing niche as always. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking of. It's something I've been thinking of. Historically great is different than currently great bros. Smiley has to respect Ollie though. He's the greatest cruiserweight. Smiley close second, of course. See, again, that's just absolute pure stupidity. But again, is being the best cruiserweight, is that good enough to put you on the top tier? Like, if you're ranking people, is being the best cruiserweight enough to put you on the top tier? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you need world champ. You need to be one of the best world champions. Yeah, Smiley second. We're going to walk right past that, Daniel. We're going to walk right past that, because that is just absolutely preposterous, obviously, and even he knows that. But, like, back in the day, this is my point. Back in the day, when you used to think of world champions, you used to think of Freshie Sibbs with the Universal and Oliver freaking Kings with the World Heavyweight. That's what you used to think of. Whereas now, when you think of a world championship, whether it's Universal, World Heavyweight, even the hardcore, you don't think of Oliver freaking Kings. You don't think of Pope. That's my point. To be a top dog, you need to think of a belt and think of that superstar, in my opinion. But I don't think you think of these guys when you think of these belts. Like, you think of Cruiserweight, you think of Ollie, but is that good? I don't know. I don't know. Well, Poke only has one more chance to be Universal Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Hooks the leg on Noah K. If he wins it today, advances to next week, and he will be indeed. He will be indeed. Poke with a win. He advances, ladies and gentlemen, to next week in the one-on-one against the winner of the second triple threat matchup. Again, a lot of talking in the match, but he won it. He did win it. I'll say right now, ladies and gentlemen, I will say right now, hand on heart, right now, if Poke wins the Universal Championship at Breakthrough, I will take back everything I just said and issue a public apology to Poke. I will take back all of it. If Poke wins the Universal Championship at Breakthrough, obviously he has to win next week, but if Poke wins the Universal Championship, I'll take back everything I just said, and he will be the greatest of all time in RPW. However, I don't know. Bro had to rename the title just to get Drew Shadow quote. Crazy. That is absolutely barbaric. It really, really is absolutely barbaric. Things are going to advance here today, ladies and gentlemen. Garden Court Tournament. Sasha Fierce and Baby Cash against Crystal Crimson and Madison Fox. Poke isn't on my level. It's a tricky one. When you, again, obviously you can't just talk about this. See, like, you have to take into account everything they've done. That's fair enough. But I think it's an interesting topic. I think it's an interesting topic. I really, really do. I really, really do. Because, like, Poke's been since the beginning. Poke's been given the most championship opportunities out of everyone, especially for world titles. And he's only ever won once and lost it after 59 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, surely you have to look into that and go, maybe he's just not meant to be a world champ. And again, that's not a bad thing. Not being a world champ isn't a bad thing. But I think he thinks he's ready to be a world champ. And I don't know. I don't see a... Back in the day, Season 1 and a bit of Season 2, I used to look at Poke and think he can be a world champion. It's been 3 years now and he's never won it back again. I don't think he can. I don't think Poke has it in him to be a world champion. And honestly, based on what I've seen of Ollie recently, I don't think Ollie's ready to be a world champ either. I don't think... The Oliver freaking Kings I knew would be gunning for that world champion. As soon as Arcade dropped it, Ollie would have been gunning for that World Heavyweight Championship. As soon as he got drafted to Friday Night Fury, he would have been gunning for that belt. But instead, he was going for the Cruiserweight, getting distracted. Now he's thinking about Lilith Lanza, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think the Oliver freaking Kings I knew back in the day would have been, he would have seen Dragon Romanik as champion, and he would have been licking his lips, ladies and gentlemen. He would have been licking his lips at Dragon Romanik being a world champion, thinking, boom, I can win that easily. But I don't know. Drew Payne is losing his strap to Luka Novak. Drew beats you clean, Novak. You'll find a way to complain because that's all you do. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's an interesting topic. I really, really do. Think it's a very, very interesting topic indeed. I really, really do. Ollie's too focused on Lynn. I think he's just too distracted. I think the Ollie I knew would have put World Heavyweight Championship #1 priority, especially Dragon Romanik being champ. And again, note this isn't me disrespecting Dragon Romanik, but I think Ollie back in the day would have seen Dragon as fodder. You know what I mean? I think Ollie would have seen Dragon as fodder and gone, oh mate, you know, he used to bring out all the jokes of used to be Blanco and like all the history. Ollie would have absolutely gone down Dragon Romanik from being world champ. But the fact of the matter is, Dragon Romanik is world champ and Oliver freaking Kings is not. So it's a tough one. It is a very, very tough one, you know? It is a very, very tough one indeed. I don't know. I don't know. Crystal Crimson, nice. Russian leg sweep. I'm just talking at the end of the day. I'm just talking here today. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. A worthless parasite like Miss Lanza deserves no praise nor focus. Crystal Crimson going for the tag. Madison Fox. What an attire. Baby Cash gets a forearm right to the face. Lovely combo. Another forearm to the chest. Nice drop kick by BK. To an elbow drop as well. Hook of the leg. No, one count and a kick out. Back up to her feet now. Lock up in the corner. It's an interesting topic. What other superstars, if any, have peaked too early? Any other superstars peaked in their RPW career? You don't think they'll reach those heights again? I guess you could say Lilith Lanza. If we're talking about the ministry, you could technically say Lilith Lanza has peaked. She was Superstar of the Year, and now she's pretty much out of RP. Like, we're never going to see her again, really, let alone be champion. So I think Lanza's an interesting one, you know? Because she was Superstar of the Year, now never seen again. Zeke, you think Zeke has peaked too early? Was peaked as Intercontinental Champion? Well, if Zeke loses today and lets down Hope Eternal, I might agree. I might have to agree. Zeke's another one like Poke, where I think he's always been gunning for that world title. Not as long as Poke, but recently. And now he has to prove if he's actually ready to be a world champ or not. The thing is, like, people like Drew's never been a world champ. But Drew, apart from when he used to say, I'm the best in the world, whatever, you know, that was just Drew. But really, like, even he didn't believe that. Drew's never spoken like he's a world champion material. Drew's never spoken like he's the face of our... Drew knows his level. And again, that's not a bad thing. Knowing you're a mid-card champion, that's not a bad thing. Whereas Poke talks like a main eventer. Poke talks like a world champion, even though he's never won one. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Well, again, he won one. But I don't know. Zeke will not let me down. Again, I don't agree. I don't think so either. I think Zeke will win today. But I'm just saying, if he does manage to lose, I think it could be said he might be on the same thing as Poke. JC should be talking the least. I mean, I did open it up to everyone, to be fair. I gave everyone their opinion. You know, you can have an opinion on someone else, even when you're not good yourself. You know? You can have an opinion. You can have an opinion. Luca, you can have an opinion if you think someone's peaked too early. It's not a bad thing to have. Say your piece, you know? Not a bad thing to get involved in. Sasha Fierce with a taunt to the crowd, but Madison Fox from behind. Lovely DDT. Sasha Fierce still 0%, by the way, in this season. Baby Cash in to break things up, though. Sasha Fierce hoping not to stay at 0%, of course. Winner of this advances in the Garden Court tournament. Crystal Crimson is tagged in. Sasha Fierce with a chop block down low. JT Dilts, welcome into Warzone, my friend. Amazing to see ya here today. Zeke, your peak was the IC Championship. Again, he had a long reign back in the day. And if he doesn't win today, I might have to agree with you. I might have to agree with you. If he doesn't win today to advance to next week to fight Pope, I might have to agree with you. Let's calm down with the cameras cutting in and out. Brett, let's keep him steady as Sasha Fierce takes over. Lovely knee strike to the back. We have Crystal Crimson getting involved, though, ladies and gentlemen. Zeke has to win. I agree, Fredo. There's been this is the most Zeke has ever talked as well for this Universal Championship. This is the most he has to win. He has to win. 100%. And again, if Zeke does win, it'll be Zeke vs Poke next week. Winner faces Fredo at Breakthrough, if I'm not mistaken. As Sasha Fierce, bang. Down goes Crystal Crimson. Hooks the leg in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Sasha Fierce with her first win in Regents Pro Wrestling Season number 4. Sasha Fierce and Baby Cash advance to the next round. How can you join, my friend, if you want to become a superstar in Regents Pro Wrestling? Become a YouTube member, JT, and join the Discord. Click the join button, become a YouTube member, sign your contract, and head over to our Discord, !Discord, to fill out your contract and get involved. Ladies and gentlemen, here today on WOAH Warzone, are you ready for this one? Up next, I don't think I am ready, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really don't. Can we get my... There we go. WOAH Warzone time. Extreme Rules matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of talking from this man. Now, reminder, RK is not even a WOAH Warzone superstar, ladies and gentlemen. RK should not even be on this show. I'm guessing Hope Eternal pulled some strings to get him on here. I don't know, but there's been a lot of talking from Twisted Hero, talking against Hope Eternal. Of course, RK on Fury lost to Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. He lost to Daniel, meaning he joins the Final Testament. Now, under Hope Eternal's tutelage, she said anyone that talks down to us, she's sending RK like a dog, ladies and gentlemen. Twisted Sacrifice, like a dog. She's sending RK, saying, go take this person down. RK's given a list. RK's given a list. Oh my god, he's lost his Tron. He doesn't even have his own song anymore. He does not even have... Oh my goodness. He does not even have his own song anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, what have they done to my twin brother? The hands are together. The hands are together for Hope Eternal. Sheepish behavior. I never would have expected to see RK looking like this, ladies and gentlemen. Still with the black eye. The Shepherd. Twisted tried to get involved. Twisted going to sharp, and now it's going to be a massacre from RK. What have they done to my twin brother? What have they done to the wise man? Normally so cocky. Normally so loud. They've stripped him of all he used to be, ladies and gentlemen. Ralph is refereeing. This is Extreme Rules. And that is not a man. I wouldn't want to be in the ring with RK on the best of days, let alone this. RK not in trunks feels so strange. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I've seen him since Thursday. And this is the first warning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first warning. Smiley was on the list. Phantom Dream was on the list. Cold Boy was on the... If I'm any of those names, I'm apologizing to Hope Eternal and RK right now. Backstage, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm any of those names, I am apologizing publicly and making it known I do not want to be involved. KR capping... What did I say? The LeBron... What did I say? What did I say that was false? As a person who listens to Linkin Park top. What did I say that was false there? What did I say that was false? Twisted Hero started talking about... Oh, wow. Rubbing it in. The ones up. Of course, Ministry imploding beyond our very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I saw him Thursday. I said I haven't seen him since Thursday. I saw him Thursday on Rise. I was commentating on the match, you idiot, when he was getting beaten down. I said I haven't seen him since Thursday. Unless I said I saw him and I misspoke. I mean, I haven't seen him. Mistakenly. Oh, since Friday. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Goodness gracious me, guys. Come on. Since he was beaten to a bloody pulp. Is what I meant. Outside, no counter, of course. Extreme Rules on the barricade. Sometimes the energy gets the best of you, Dragon. Sometimes you don't know where you are anymore. Twisted into the barricade. Again, Phantom, you're still... Again, I don't see why people's, like, ego and pride... Like, Twisted was saying and Phantom was saying, oh, if we lose... Or Smiley was saying, if we lose, we're still doing something. We're still proud of ourselves. We're still... You know, we're still... Oh, come on. Come on. Just because he went through the announcer's desk on Friday, let's not start doing this. Let's not start doing this. I don't understand why these guys are saying though, oh, even if we lose, I like, oh, it's all good. You know, I have to do it. I have to do it for RPW. I have to think like, why are you getting involved in the first place? What did this have to do with Twisted Hero? What does this have to do with Smiley? What does this have to do with Phantom Dream? Why are they getting involved in this? It had nothing to do with them at all. Nothing to do with them. And now all of a sudden, this could be the last time we see of Twisted Hero or Twisted Sacrifice. He is simply obeying my orders. It makes no sense. And now Phantom Dream wants to fight RK on Rise. Good luck, my friend. Yeah, the thing is, I actually like Cold Boy too. I think Cold Boy's awesome. And now he's going to get beaten to a pulp on Friday unless he apologizes. I don't even think Hope would let them. Oh, at this point, on the steel chair. I don't even think Hope would allow them at this point. Because they've said too much. It's just silly, man. It's just beyond silly. It really, really is. Twisted into the announcer's desk. RK said over and over again, he warned you guys. RK warned you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Over and over again. Yeah, get off the announcer's desk, good. Oh, don't go for the steal. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's over, man. Extreme. This is a different RK. Like, RK would never do this. RK would never purposely go out to hurt someone. They've changed him. Even his crosses on his hands are all ripped and sweaty and... He should not be able to move after today. That is what happens when you cross the final testament. Ladies and again, RK warned you guys. KR warned you guys. The warning was there. Oh, not the desk. Not the desk. Not the desk, man. Revenge from Fury through the announcer's desk. Goodness gracious me. Twisted Sacrifice. A repeat of Friday Night Fury, ladies and gentlemen, through the announcer's desk. He's going for more. Can we get the camera on Twisted? Let's make sure he's okay, Brett. He's slowly getting back up. What the hell is that? From the carnival itself. From the carnival itself, he's got a bloody clown hammer. And Phantom, you still want to fight this RK on Rise? Again, don't let your ego ruin your RPW career, man. You're like 100%. You don't let your ego ruin it. Why? You don't even need to be involved. You don't need to be involved. There's no need for it. The new kick from RK. He's smiling as he's brutalizing Twisted Sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. He is smiling. Up on his shoulders. The go-to-sleep connecting. And he's still not going for the pin. He's still not done. Oh, sorry, Heartbeat. Yeah, you know what I mean, though, man. There's no reason. Twisted should have listened. RK gave him so many opportunities, man. So many opportunities. Superplex connecting. Hooking on. Bang. Swinging neck breaker as well. This is a massacre. Twisted lasted longer than I thought. I don't think it's... I think RK wants him to last. I hope said make sure he doesn't move after. He's already not moving. He could end it right now if he wanted to. He's just adhering to what Hope said. He really, really is. Hope did say she wants him to bleed. Hope did say she wants him to bleed. This is barbaric, man. RK was always one for the rookies, always one for everyone eats. RK was always wanting to see everyone succeed. He's going after that head. RK was always one for the people. This is not RK, ladies and gentlemen. This is someone else entirely. And if I'm any of you backstage, do not get in the ring with this man. No matter what, ladies and gentlemen. Do not get anywhere. I thought he was in that. No. Do not get anywhere near this man. Save yourself. An absolute massacre around this arena, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute massacre and a half. That elbow is brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Do not. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Bro, just stay down. He's bloodied. He's busted open. RK getting all of his fury frustrations out on Twisted Hero or Twisted Sacrifice. Phantom Dream, you're next, my friend. Good luck is all I'll say. If you still want to fight, I don't know why you want to put your belt on the line as well. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense, ladies and gentlemen. RK has never been like this before. That's your leader. You're backstage and saying, oh, he's dead. That's your leader of... That's supposed to be your leader. And you're back there saying, oh, he's dead. Putting a rose out for where are they even going? My goodness, again. Why did you get involved? I think RK is even scarier than the Reverend. Now, this is just... This is a different... This is a different kind of beatdown. A different kind of beatdown, man. I never said it was a title match. I mean, that's up to... I guess Colm is the general manager, but... Does he even book the matches or is Hope? I don't know. But you said you want to fight RK. But it will... I told you. If Hope says a title match, you're putting... again, why would you get involved, Dream? You're going to be Dreaming after you're in a match with him. Dream should be there helping his leader. Haha, welp, he's dead. Twisted Sacrifice. Why did you get involved? There were so many warnings. And again, Twisted said, oh, even if I lose, it's for the greater good. What does this get you? What does this get you? No one's going to remember. No one's going to care about. No one's going to think, oh, Twisted Sacrifice. He put in a great effort against RK. It makes no sense. Welcome in Rotten Wrestling. This is Rotten Wrestling right now. Here on Warzone, a big hospital bill is all it gets you. Next week, I'll be surprised if he shows up the next month. This is brutal. I wish I could, but preparing for Thursday. Your leader's getting beaten to a bloody pulp. Preparing for Thursday? Oh, people don't... I knew the Twisted Order wasn't going to last. Like, they're not even... You're watching your leader get beaten to a pulp and you're preparing for Thursday? If I'm Twisted Sacrifice, if he can still breathe at this point, I wouldn't want Phantom in my corner going forward. I wouldn't want Phantom in my corner. This is brutal. And there's the cockiness. It's still in there somewhere. Can't really say leader when Phantom is the only member left. They are a team now. I mean, that's true as well. Hang on, OOC here, bruh. You should be fucking worried about your leader. Twisted Order don't even exist. Table in the ring. Oh, he's running! Get out of there! Get out of there, Twisted! RK meets him. Oh, he tried to run. He tried to get out of there. He tried to get out of there. He tried to run backstage. RK not letting him go anywhere. Now you're back in the ring. I don't even know what to... That's not RK. Super kick. That's not RK. I don't know what to call him, but that is not RK. That is not my twin brother. The sheep of the Final Testament. Big elbow drop on the table. We warn them. That is not my brother. It really, really isn't. If anything was the possibility, I wouldn't even get attacked. You're going to get attacked on Thursday. You want to fight RK one-on-one after watching this? You want to fight him? Goodness gracious me. This is awesome. The crowd are saying this is awesome. Why did you get involved, Twisted Sacrifice? Why did you get involved? There was no need for it. There really, really wasn't. Ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3. Why would you get involved? The mask is back on. Goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen. That is a different monster altogether. That is the most devastating display I've ever seen from RK, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious me. Wow, wow, wow. My little sheep. Smiley has no words. The sheep mask is it's something, all right. So, Smiley, if you beat or survive against Zeke, you want to fight against RK? Ladies and gentlemen, in RK's own words, you were warned. People like Norm, people like Drew, JC, Novak, they know not to get involved. They know not to be some, you know, knight in shining armor trying to, oh, we're going to rescue RPW. We're going to do what's right for the... They know not to get involved. There was no need for any of you guys to get caught up in this. No need at all. And now Twisted Hero, Twisted Sacrifice. It's not my battles. Drew, I get it, Drew. That's smart. That's smart. People think like if you're not getting involved, that's like, you know, people can be like, oh, you're a pussy, you're not getting involved. Why would you get involved? It's not your why. Why would you want to get involved? The sheep of the Final Testament. That was absolutely barbarically brutal, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really was. It really, really was. We move on to the penultimate match of the show here today, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Rice, welcome in here today. You just made a sub. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you here on Warzone. Absolutely brutal display. Brutal display from RK right then. Again, I don't even know what to call him. It's not RK anymore. He's a whole different being. Penultimate match. Remember, the winner of this triple threat faces Poke next week on World Warzone. The winner of that match will go to Breakthrough against Fredo, ladies and gentlemen, for the RPW Universal Championship. My Canadian... I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I really, really am. That was like... Again, like I'm used to seeing like we saw RK get beat down. They had an amazing match. We've seen people like the Reverend beat down someone before, but it's an amazing match. It's back and forth. That was arguably the most one-sided, just downright pummeling I've ever seen. And again, they were warned, ladies and gentlemen. They were warned. Not even one punch. Well, there is the internet champion. Again, I love that belt. And again, if that was anything to go by, Smiley, good luck. Good luck against this man on Rise. Phantom, good luck against RK. goodness gracious me. That was absolutely dire freaking bollical, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely dire freaking bollical. Really, really was. Hopefully they understand now, though. Hopefully you don't need to be involved. You don't need to be involved. Hands together for Hope Eterno, of course. Main eventing up next. Prestigious championship on the line. That was, man. Man, oh man, oh man. Can Zeke continue the trend here today? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Last, but of course, not least, in this triple threat matchup, love the neutron from Brandon Bombs, a former multiple-time world heavyweight champion, and this is going to be a big one. Two former Cure superstars, Zeke and Norm, two former Intercontinental champions, Zeke and Norm. Former world champ Brandon Bombs, the only former world champ of the three. Massive triple threat, absolutely massive triple threat matchup, man. Absolutely massive triple threat matchup. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. God, that was brutal. I'm sorry. I gotta see what Twitter is saying. Absolutely barbarically amazing. Michael Rice, appreciate the new subscription there, my friend. It is time for Zeke to take the next step towards the Universal Championship, coming to the final testament. I'm gobsmacked. I really, really am. I am absolutely gobsmacked at what we just witnessed, dude. That was insane. But we advanced. Triple threat matchup. Penultimate match of WOAH Warzone. And here we go. Zeke goes straight after Norm again. Two former Intercontinental champions. Norm breaking the record for longest Intercontinental Championship reign. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go indeed. Hope Eterno defending up next in the main event. Amazing triple threat. One of the biggest triple threats we've had in a while on WOAH Warzone. God, I love RPW. Don't you just love an RPW day? That's not happening. Don't you just love an RPW day? Oh, the rocket of a right-hander. Rocket of a right-hander, dude. Oh, I need a drink after that. That was barbaric. That was barbaric. Kendo sticking the hand in this crowd, dude. Listen to this crowd. Kendo stick the back of Norm. Throwing it on Brandon Bombs. Elbows to the midsection. Brandon into the corner. Zeke with the combo gets pushed off. Tries to fly into Norm. Nobody home though. Last chance for these three. Remember, this is the final chance for these three before breakthrough. The two losers of this, they will not be getting a Universal Championship match at breakthrough. Only the winner advances to next week. Smiley apologizing backstage. Doesn't matter who I am. I just know Zeke is winning. See, people understanding. Listen, there's been some stables in RPW before, right? There's been some stables before. None on the level. Nice double clothesline. None on the level of what we're seeing with the Final Testament, ladies and gentlemen. None on the level of what we're witnessing with the Final Testament. Absolutely none. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. This could, it might not happen, obviously, but let's say, for example, right, Hope Eterno retains today. She has no competition for breakthrough. So she's walking out of breakthrough, the prestigious champion, because she's defending now. I doubt she's going to defend at the pay-per-view, right? So that's one world championship. Let's say Zeke wins today. beats Poke next week, and then beats Fredo at Breakthrough, that's 2 World Championships for the Final Testament. With Dragon Romanic and the World Heavyweight Championship, I don't know who he's defending against or if he's defending at Breakthrough, so I don't know about that just yet. But that's 2. They also have the Evolution Championship, which was defended. So that's a 3rd championship. They have the Internet Championship with Zeke. That's 4 championships. If Hope and Dawn win the Garden Court tournament, that's 5 championship belts for the Final Testament. That might be the most any stable has ever held at one point. I might be wrong. I know Bullet Club had a few at one time. I know Ministry has had a lot at one time, but I don't know. That's a lot of championships. And that's just off the top of my head. Of course. A lot of, of course. Nothing is set in stone. Of course, a lot of ifs. I'm just saying, though. I'm just putting it out there early doors is all I'm doing. But, of course, a lot of ifs. A lot of ifs. A lot of ifs, indeed. DC has 4 right now. Oh, base bat right to the face of Zeke. Forced to roll out again. Zeke going under the ring. Still chair in hand. Random bombs. Taking it off him. On the outside of the ring. A lot of weapons ready to be used. Random bombs. With Zeke face first. Oh, look at Norman. Oh, brutal punches. Oh, Zeke with the roll-up. We've seen these before. Rebecca, little bit of hustle. Little bit of hustle. Would have been appreciated. Zeke, nobody home. The thing is with Norm, he's a strong guy, is Norm. He's a strong guy. One big move, it could be all over. He took that belly punch by Brandon there, and he's still holding on to Zeke. Brandon bomb, so Zeke is watching. If Zeke was smart, he would throw Brandon out and pin Norm. Bang! Brandon bomb's connecting. Zeke smart. There's a spear. Very, very smart. To wait and watch. He pinned. No, see, he should have pinned Norm. He should have pinned Norm. He should have pinned Norm there. I don't know why you go for Brandon. Now we see too late now. I think he heard too late now. Too late now. Oh, see, smart by Brandon. A bit of time has gone. Rebecca, man! You got like a stilt in your leg or something. So slow. Goodness gracious. All right, Brett, can I not have a seizure? That would be absolutely fantastic. Goodness gracious me. Showing us every camera under the sun. Zeke, nobody, that headbutt is not connected for him, is it? Really not connecting. Nice knee right to the rib of Brandon Bombs. Who takes the pin in this match, do you think? It's always trickier in multi-man, because I don't see any of the 3 taking the pin. Norm too slow. Big triple threat, though. Very, very big triple threat. Very, very big indeed. Norm flying, missing. 30,000 large on YouTube. A lot of new names filtering in, which we love to see. Iffy pin there by Brandon. Very, very iffy pin. Norm again, easily. Brandon's a big guy. He slid that up. I was going to say Norm makes it look easy to lift up anyone because of his size and strength. There's still steps, which we saw earlier. Utilized by Arcade. Now in the ring with Zeke. Right in the corner. Dangerous place for them to be. Oh, face first goes Brandon. Rolls over the stairs. More blood for Brandon Bombs. Pinfall by Zeke in the corner. Canadian Badass sign. Canadian Badass in the corner. Kicks out at 1 though. Still stairs. Still steps. Didn't really get utilized too much. Norman Zeke, 2 former Cure, or former Cure member and a current Cure member. 2 former Intercontinental champs teaming up together. Always nice to see a little bit of a team up in a multi-man match, but again, at the end of the day, it's all against all. There is no teams. There's only one winner to go next week to fight Poke one-on-one. Poke's final chance to stay on WOAH Warzone. Next week against the winner of this, Zeke, Brandon, or Norm. Oh, baby. Oh. Oh, Zeke, that's a heavens to hell. Down goes Brandon Bombs. I think Zeke was up in time. He was indeed. Zeke quickly turns around, gets caught though. Gets caught himself by Norm. Has him up. Middle of the ring, holding on, running. Oh my god, buckle bomb in the corner. Zeke rolls out, probably smart. Back of the head on that top turnbuckle. Brandon joins him, was kicking the camera out of the hand there. Sledgehammer to the back and to the front. No, gets reversed. Zeke has Norm. Nope. Brandon, big clothesline on the outside of the ring still. Irish whip gets reversed. Both break each other up. Well, Brandon goes through wars in his matches, man. He really, really does. Norm joins him in the ring. Norm's back and oh my god, Norm is starting to show some wear, ladies and gentlemen. He's starting to show some wear around his body. Look at that. Front, but he's still feeling it as the Canadian Badass. Not the best multi-man record, we know that. But of course, in these matches, anything can happen. You don't need to pin a specific, you can pin any of them. You can make them submit. It's all about timing, though. You need a superstar alone. I don't know if Fredo beats any of these to retain. Big words by Colin Patrick. Unlucky in your loss to kick off the show. Honestly, like Fredo's had some good opponents for his belt. I think this might be the hardest match, though, at Breakthrough. I know Fredo's overcome a lot, right, yo? I know he's overcome a lot. I think, like, again, I'm not saying he does lose, but I think as well, I think Breakthrough's going to be his biggest challenge. I think Breakthrough's going to be his biggest challenge. I really, really do. This is a hungry Zeke under the tutelage of Hope Eternal. Never been a world champion before. A former multiple-time world champ, Brandon Bombs, who's not been world champ for a while now, never held the Universal, and Norm, who said this is his year to win a world championship. I think it's the toughest. He has a good run, I just have a feeling. I think it's his toughest match, but I agree. Again, I'm not saying he loses, for sure. I just think it's the toughest match of his reign so far. I really, really do think it's the toughest match of his reign. These three are hungry. They are starving for that Universal Championship, and you can see this triple threat. None of them giving an inch. None of them faltering. None of them stopping. Hook of the leg in the corner. Brandon Bombs almost advancing. Almost advancing. Goodness gracious me. Nice reversal by Zeke in the corner. Nice takedown. Norm currently on the outside. Brandon going to join him. There's a baseball bat in the hand of Zeke. We've got my announcer's desk fixed, thankfully, after earlier. Zeke into the barricade. Again, I don't see any of these three taking the power. I don't see any of these three losing this match right now. It's been too hectic between them. Sledgehammer to the midsection. There's stairs, there's hammers, there's kendo sticks, there's baseball bats. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me indeed. It does need to end in the ring, of course. Doesn't need to end in the ring. Still chair in the hands of Zeke. To the midsection of Norm. Brandon Bombs, nice reversal. Zeke running away from Brandon Bombs. Trying to goad him into the ring. A lot of talk between the two. Brandon Bombs joins him in the ring. Big spear from Zeke to Brandon Bombs. Brandon is flat out. Norm late to the party. Thrown up and over the top rope. Ladies and gentlemen, smart ring IQ from Zeke. Hooks the leg on Brandon Bombs. So smart. Ladies and gentlemen. Ran around. Got Brandon. He taunted Brandon into the ring. Big spear connecting. Through Norm out. 1, 2, and 3. And Zeke versus Poke. Next week, ladies and gentlemen. On WOAH Warzone, winner goes to Breakthrough for the chance to take on Fredo. for the Universal Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. I was going to go pee, but we only have about 5 minutes till the end of the show. Aura told y'all, Zeke, big win as we advance, ladies and gentlemen, to the main event here on Warzone as Hope Eternal. I need to pee so bad, but I can't leave during the main event, ladies and gentlemen. I can't leave during the main event. And here we go. RK won brutally. Zeke won with his brain. And now it's time for Hope Eternal to retain the prestigious championship. There is Akira Tanaka in the middle. The Liberty champ Tressa Lamb on the right. And of course, Noel Park. A massive opportunity for Noel Park, ladies and gentlemen. Massive opportunity from Damage Control. AF, I love that logo on the back, ladies. I love that all of their attires are just absolutely amazing. Again, ring ability, Noel Parker rookie, amazing in the indies, amazing overseas. Is she ready for Hope Eternal? Of course, I don't think so, but a big opportunity nonetheless. Main event match for Noel Park, which I'm very excited for indeed. Zeke versus Poke next week. I mean, that could be the main event right there. That could be the main event right there, realistically. Noel Park on Warzone with some help in her corner here today, ladies and gentlemen. Then breakthrough to win the Universal Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together for the main event. Second time watching RPW. And you've joined us for the main event match here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Noel Park and Hope Eternal. Oh my goodness, and she has some help, ladies and gentlemen. The final testament. That is Hope Eternal. The prestigious champ in the middle. That is King Daniel on the left. And the sheep of the final testament. The good little sheep he is. We saw him absolutely demolish and destroy Twisted Sacrifice earlier today. Wow. Coming out to support the prestigious champion, RK. Not only does he do the fighting for Hope Eternal, but he also joins her ringside. If she asks, it's weird because I really like that attire for RK. He looks so creepy. I never thought I'd see him in an attire like that, though. He's normally bright colors, in trunks, flashy with his logos, whereas now he's so muted. He's so toned down. And he's so just taking orders for them, you know. He does whatever Hope Eternal says, ladies and gentlemen. Oozing aura is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it right here, right now. The final testament is the most devastating stable we have ever seen in Regents Pro Wrestling history. Bigger than the Ministry, bigger than the Cure, bigger than Bullet Club, bigger than Havoc, bigger than SMC. I think the final testament is the most devastating stable in RPW history. I really, really do. I need to pee so bad. I see, I trust Hope to get it done quickly is the thing. Because I don't think Noel Park, the rookie's ready for this match. But at the same time, maybe Hope wants to have some fun like RK did. Who knows? Daniel and RK ringside. Who would have thought after last week's Friday Night Fury, their absolute war they had, who would have thought they'd both be ringside right now, eh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought they would both be ringside? All of the final testament at the arena. Who's with Lilith? Well, I'm assuming it's like, that's why Zeke and Dawn aren't in this match, I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm assuming when Dawn's match, again, I don't want to speak for Hope Eternal, of course. But I'm just using my brain. I'm assuming during Dawn's match, someone was with her. Then during Zeke's match, so like they switch in and out. I don't know. I don't know where Lilith is, so I don't know how far they are. I don't know. I don't know. So she's close. Again, I'm not saying anything, Hope. I don't know. I don't know. Look at RK ringside. Creepy, man. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. I really like damage control as well. I really, really do. I'm a big fan of damage control. I think Noelle Park, she's giving it a go. She's giving it a go. First pinfall of the match for the challenger. She's giving it a go. RK on his feet there, really. Animated ringside. See, I need a drink for my throat, but I don't want to drink because I need to pee. Hope if you can finish this one within 5 minutes, that'll be absolutely amazing. I love Noelle Park, but I'm absolutely busting one right now. Holding on to that leg. Lovely takedown from the champion. Lovely takedown from the champion. Kicks down low. Nice reversal, though. Gail Wonder, Tresseland, the limited champion at ringside. Love to see damage control together. Now, RK, what, bro? Oh, Tresseland. Oh, speaking of. I think Tresseland was in the way then. I don't think she expected that, but back in the ring. Oh, Paterno flying through the sky. Love watching Hope wrestle from up close. Akira not liking what she's seen there. Really terrified again. They should be, ladies and gentlemen. They really, really should be. A steel chair, errant steel chair flying into the ring. Hope Paterno talking to Rebecca. Trying to stop her from throwing out. Rebecca, count your days. Not giving that steel chair to count your days, Rebecca. Goodness. Oh. Oh, Reb, what are we doing? Distractions here. Akira Tanaka, distraction on Hope Paterno. Eyes in the back of her head, though. Eyes in the back of her head. With the reversal. Lovely takedown. From Hope Paterno. Making sure Akira knows, yo, don't mess with us. Don't get involved. Oh, that mask is actually so terrifying. It is so creepy. It really, really is lovely super kick. Hope Paterno out in front of Manasa's desk with Daniel and RK. Little pep talk, the sheep. Doing what he's told, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel doing what he's told as well. Hope Paterno making sure they know what's to come for this main event match, ladies and gentlemen. Prestigious championship. And could you imagine, I don't want to say it because it's not going to happen, but could you imagine Noelle Park becoming a new prestigious champion today? That would absolutely make her career. If she could be a world champion today, you know, like a third or fourth match, but I don't think it's going to happen. Poke's Law connecting. Tressa Lam getting involved. Hope Eternal scaring Tressa out of the corner. And if anything, that just gives Hope Eternal the chance to use the turnbuckle. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you don't mess with Hope Eternal. That's why you don't mess with the leader of the Final Testament. They took off the turnbuckle and only hurt themselves. It only hurt themselves and Hope Eternal. Surely close to finishing this one. Pure domination, kick to the midsection. Noelle Park being thrown across the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, may as well get the fingers up now. RK with his hands together then. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to talk about it. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much. Can I go home, please, before anything else happens? Hope Eternal is still your RPW prestigious champion. Pure domination. I knew she'd get it done quickly, so I can go to the toilet. Pure domination, the greatest prestigious champion we have ever had, ladies and gentlemen. RK with the win. Dawn with the win, Zeke with the win, and Hope with the win. Ladies and gentlemen, the most devastating group in Regents Pro Wrestling history. The Final Testament. Do not mess with them. Ladies and gentlemen, RK is a little sheep being controlled and told when and who to attack. If I'm you, don't get on their bad side. Zeke versus Poke next week in the finale of the Universal Tournament. What a show. Final Testament, the greatest stable in RPW history, hands together for Hope Eternal, ladies and gentlemen. This is who we are.